a disguise never flies. I think it's time for you to roll. And it shows when you open up your mouth without no proof. The moral of the story, you should never cry wolf.
What's going on YouTube? It's your man Mw3 and it's Tuesday, so you already know we're about to get into this gameplay, and we're playing on mission today. And I've got a couple of really exciting things to talk about. Well, one really big exciting thing to talk about, which most of you guys probably already know. Today, finally, Mw3 released the first episode of Sage Mode, and you guys can go and check it out. I'm going to leave an annotation so that you can, hop on over there if you haven't seen it already. And I also sent you guys the link to your page. Don't be mad at me, I'm just trying to get it out there. I really need some feedback from it. I'm getting a ton of feedback from the subscribers on Machinima. So it's a brand new series and it's something different. It's not obviously what you guys normally see on my channel. So there's gonna be some revising going on and try and make it a little bit more entertaining and more informational. But I think it's doing pretty well, and I'm very excited about the potential of that series. So I would love for you guys to come and support me and just leave a like, a comment, whatever. Alright, so like I said, we're playing on mission today, and I wanted to talk about a couple of things. The first thing I wanted to talk about is flanking, and the reason flanking is so crucial is because it's probably it's got to be like in the top 3 of the most important tactics that a rusher can use. And I've talked about flanking before, but I don't think I've ever gone into much detail about it. I do quite a bit of flanking in this game, and even half flanking or quarter flanking, whatever you want to call it, where you don't necessarily run completely around the enemy team, but flanking is just simply coming up behind the enemy team. Typically when you flank, you're going to move on the outskirts of the map. You're not going to be one to run like in the center areas. Or if you guys ever use the heat maps on Elite or through Call of Duty, and you can see where a lot of the activity goes on, those heat maps will tell you where people are dying and whatnot, so you can actually flank around, move around those areas where a lot of action is going on, and then you can come up around the backside of an enemy team. Now once you flank around, you have to always kind of cover your back a little bit. There's always going to be the guys on the enemy team that are like camping in the corners or whatever, so be aware of the areas where enemies like to sit and kind of protect their team's rear or whatever. But once you get behind them, you have to be very quick about coming up and meeting with your team and maybe starting another flanking motion, because if you stay in the center where all the action is going on, typically your back is going to be turned to where the enemy team is now spawning. You have to also be careful, because if your teammates are pushing or flanking with you, what you guys will end up doing is you'll push the enemy team and they're going to spawn on the opposite side of the map. So you just need to be aware of where the enemy team is respawning at. Usually when I flank, I usually like to have some type of radar up, spy plane, or even obviously you guys know I carry my portable radar with me everywhere I go. So those types of tools are going to help you understand where the enemy team is respawning as you're killing them. So flanking can be crucial. You could grab 2 or 3 kills, and they're the type of kills that you want because they're low contact kills. You're going to kill guys in the back and that sort of thing. Now I was thinking the other day, it was probably about between 12:30 and 2 o'clock in the morning, and I don't play during that time much anymore, but I realized something and I wanted to share it with you. This is kind of like an odd tip, but I figured I'd give it to you anyway in case some of you guys didn't know. If you're the type of player who is average or even below average, maybe you have trouble getting kills, if you play during certain periods of time, you don't really run into really good players. For example, late at night, I don't know why, but late at night all the pro players seem to go to sleep. Like back in the day when I used to play at 4 o'clock in the morning, good players just didn't seem to be on. I mean, I always had a lot of fun playing because it's like a lot of noobs, or maybe people are just sleepy. I don't know, but I figure it's kind of like a good tip, maybe even to get your confidence up a little bit. Play during odd times of the day. I know early in the morning I used to catch people from different countries, and I don't know. I mean, they just the pro players like to get their rest, I guess. So, you guys can pay attention to that, and it's just like a good opportunity for you to kind of get familiar with the maps, get familiar with guns, and maybe get a better grasp and understanding of the game without having the pressure of playing against really good guys. And I figured I'd share that with you. I don't, you never know. Of course, another great tip, and I'm sure I've mentioned this one before, is playing in small parties or groups. That can always be very helpful. This game is coming to a close. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I would like to welcome all the new subscribers. Make sure to holler at your boy, Sage.
Yesterday is gone, and it's the new millennium. Life just made an upgrade to the premium. Economy is horrible, our country is in debt, but our soldiers still at war. Now will we get the funds for that? Something don't add up.